Yeah, David was just saying before we came down, I think we're past the hard part. It feels like forever. It's not easy mentally, but I think once the games get going, we'll be a little bit better. Minds will be really dialed in here. We've had a lot of downtime in this qualifying this time here. They gave us probably a little bit too much time to sit around, so I think we're excited to finally get this going and get on schedule.
You want me to, Jim?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much it, how I feel about it. We get here, we had a lot of sit around and kind of figure out the bubble life, which we did. The practice rink is 30 minutes away. It takes almost like half your day just going there and practicing and coming back and all that stuff. So now we're going to play, I think, 4 games in the next like 6 or whatever days. So I think we're excited about that, and that's how our focus is all about right now.
All right, Lou, go ahead.
Question for both of you guys, actually. Alex, first, do you guys feel your experience as a blue line can be beneficial here? The fact that, you have a lot of experience back there, other than Falk and Scandella, you guys, what you went through last year can be a help, especially against a young but talented forward.
Yeah, I know Falker and Scandy weren't here last year, but they've played long enough and they've played meaningful playoff games, so they know what it's all about. And I think if you look at the success that we had on the back end this year during the regular season, that's a prime example of it. So not too worried about our guys in the back end. I think we've been around long enough that we know how to play in these situations.
David, for you, I know Robert Thomas mentioned it the other day after the game that it maybe kind of helps now that you know what an opponent is, you know who your opponent is, and you can kind of focus in on that. Do you feel like that's going to help you guys now that, the round robin, you're just kind of skipping around with games, and now you have a singular opponent to focus in on?
Yeah, I mean, it was weird that those games were basically the stats, all that stuff was counting towards playoff games. After the games, we obviously didn't play the way we'd like in most of them. I always felt like I wanted to play these guys again the next day, basically, and that's how it's going to go here with Vancouver. So, yeah, it's nice to know who we're going to play. I think for us as a team, it's all about us. It didn't really matter who we were going to play in the first round, and right now we're going to focus on them.
Okay, next up is Dan Rosen. Go ahead, Dan.
Yeah, Alex or David, either one of you guys can take this. Normally when you play a normal season, you leave the regular season behind, right? I mean, playoffs start, you leave the regular season behind, it doesn't matter. Is that the case for the 3-round robin games? Or because you hadn't played in 4 months, do you put more value into those games before you start the playoffs?
Well, our group in general has been pretty good about forgetting things and moving on. I think if you look last year during the season, last year in the playoffs, we bounced back fairly well. I mean, it would have been nice to win all 3 games and play better, but I've said it before, this team we're gamers, and when the game's on the line in big situations, we all want to be out there. So I think we're all just excited to kind of get this thing going. We knew that we were going to be in the playoffs, so to sit around and wait, obviously I think we wanted to build and play better, but I think to be able to flip that switch, I think if there's a group that can do it, it's going to be us.
Okay, next up is Tom Timmerman. Go ahead, Tom.
David, with 2 goals already, have you felt like you were quickly back up to speed, or how have you felt so far?
Yeah, I mean, my shots felt pretty good, but I don't think it's what it means for our team. I think I worry about that more than I worry about individual guys. I think everyone put in the work before we came here, and it is a different time. It's past the season. I think it's just completely different, but I agree with Petro. We're all gamers in here. I think I just want to see what our game is like, and I think playing against the same opponent, we're going to be able to come back after each and every game, make adjustments, talk about what we can do better, and from there we're going to keep getting better every game. And it's going to be, I think it's going to, any team in this league is going to be tough to win in 4 games against us.
All right, next up, Jeremy Rutherford. Go ahead, JR.
Hey, for both of you guys, I know you're used to the 9:30 starts, but you talk about the bubble life being long days. Is it any different with these being 9:30 starts in the bubble? And secondly, I know you're not in St. Louis, but kind of the reaction here was not much respect for the Stanley Cup champs. How did you guys take it when you saw all the 9:30 starts?
I mean, I worry about Petro and the bubble life. No real estate to go check on off days and things like that. But other than that, I think he's gonna be fine. I don't worry about those starts. I think last year in playoffs, there's always different times. For me, when I was there with Edmonton, we played a lot of 8:30 starts on Saturdays, things like that. So for me personally, it doesn't change anything, whether it's afternoon or at night.
Yeah, I mean, it makes for a long day. I think the only nice part is, personally, my family and his family, they're on the East Coast, and my kids obviously aren't going to be able to watch it. So that part's it's not great, but we did it last year. We had late games too. So hopefully they can adjust it so we do get some early games. So, it's not too late for the people back home.
All right, guys, we'll do a few more. Tim Thomas, go ahead.
Yeah, for both you guys, one or two things maybe that you want to do better as a team coming out of the round robin?
For me, I think, we'd like to create some more offense. I know we've been giving up 40 shots. I think part of that is we're not playing aggressive enough offensively and making these teams defend. We've played some good teams that are strong offensively with good forwards, and we've kind of let them play freely. I think we're better when we're attacking. We're on our toes. We're using our matchups. We're putting guys in situations to keep the pressure on the other teams. So I think if we can create a little bit more, put teams on their heels a bit, I think it'll make things a lot easier for us.
Yeah, just to follow up on that, it's our forecheck. Our forecheck is everything, in my opinion, to our game. It prevents other teams from getting 40 shots, like Alex said. And then we just can't let them get their speed the other way. If you play a guy like Micken and he's got to play in the D zone, well, it's tough for him to get going the other way. And if he gets going, then he's going to be maybe alone on the attack. So we have to play heavy down low. We have to have our forecheck. That's a staple of our game. And if we didn't have it in those 3 games, I don't think we had spurts for sure. We didn't have enough of it. And that's something I take a lot of pride in myself being better. And I want to be better in that area.